Hi, I'm Jade, and I'm the Sales and Partnership Manager here at Syde. And today I'm joined by Matt Mullenweg, the co-founder of WordPress. Thank you so much for your time today, Matt.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Great to have you. So, kicking things off, how do you see AI shaping the future of WordPress?
Wow. Well, I think it's going to affect every single part of what we do. First and foremost, I'm excited about just productivity improvements. You know, AI as an assistant for every person using WordPress and contributing to WordPress, just that unlocks a lot of capabilities that we haven't had before. Second is where we can smartly embed it. One I'm particularly excited about right now is image editing. So things that perhaps previously you need to hire a designer or need like Photoshop expertise to make like some natural language edits to an image, you can now do using these models very cheaply and very quickly. So we're very much in like the command line interface phase of AI. And so what I'm most curious about the future and things we're doing lots of experiments within WordPress community on is what are the best interfaces? I don't think it's always chat. So there might be other more direct manipulation or ways to call LLMs that that unlock some of this functionality in a way that maybe doesn't even feel like using AI. It just feels like things working better.
Do you think that websites will still exist in the future?
100%. I think it's very fundamental to the future of humanity. The idea of being able to have a domain that is universally accessible over the internet and that is not, doesn't require you to go through a single company or app store or technology stack built on open standards. This is so fundamental to the future of things. Now, the websites will evolve, and that's one of the beautiful things about WordPress is because it's fully dynamic. Actually, from the beginning, we've always not just served the website to users. We've always had, structured RSS feeds and APIs and other ways for not just humans, but machines to interact with the websites. And that's one of the reasons that Google and other search engines love us so much. It's because we really care about structuring the data well and like creating a mapping. That's why content management systems exist. Otherwise, just throw up static pages.
Yeah.
But when you have an understanding of the content behind it and the structure, that allows you to expose that, not just to create better user interfaces or better designs on the front end, but also in a programmatic way to agents, LLMs, search engines, everything. So we're going to start incorporating some of the first in-core AI adjacent features in 6.9. But the beautiful thing is all the work we've done for SEO and accessibility over the past years actually sets us really well for an agentic web where agents are either operating on the WPM interface on your behalf, perhaps, as an author or editor, or consuming the published content. And another cool thing about this is I think LLMs actually are a nice boost for the open web, right? Because much like Google in its early days, they really benefit from there being a wide variety of direct sources versus having to go through like a single intermediary. So for example, find the address of your business or the listings of the other products in your store. They don't want all that to go just through Amazon or through eBay. They want to be able to, go directly to the creator. So my hope, and this is also what, I fight for in my life's work at Automattic, at WordPress and everything, is really putting the power in the hands of individuals and creators so that they have the most flexibility, the best tools in the world, and the freedom and agency to customize those, to use them as they wish, and or not.
Yeah. Well, that's a fantastic answer. Sorry, I was mesmerized by that answer. Shifting gears a little bit away from AI, what makes WordPress a great choice for an enterprise? How does it manage something like NASA during an Eclipse event?
Oh, wow. So that, I believe, is part of our VIP program. So there's a service from Automattic called WordPress VIP, which is appropriate for the highest end, most secure, most important, most mission critical WordPress sites. And we now have many years of experience dealing with huge spikes in traffic with sites like NASA or whitehouse.gov, which are also big security targets from adversaries all over the world, including some who are quite sophisticated, like other nation states. So I think it's a great example that, WordPress is technology that can be run in a variety of ways. You can run it very poorly, in ways that are insecure or not performant. But VIP is a great example that, no, there's actually ways to run this, which are stand up next to any enterprise, the biggest enterprise workloads in the world. So for domains in which WordPress is appropriate, things that are content management adjacent, which includes commerce and other things, like it can be incredibly robust and mirror that sort of enterprise scalability and security with the flexibility you get from open source and the ease of onboarding new developers or the portability that you get in all the data, which are, again, are just fundamental things. And then finally, of course, like, the freedoms of open source, which again is something that WordPress and other open source projects can offer that no proprietary alternative can. And let's not forget, especially in a world where freedoms are, being challenged or shifted in different ways, like that fundamental bill of rights built into the GPL license, which WordPress uses, is critically important. Hopefully you never need to exercise it as much. You get sort of the de facto freedom of a community which is aligned with your interest and the open web and everything like that. But it's always there, both serving as a check and balance against any undue consolidation, or just providing the freedom for people to take the code maybe in a direction they want, which might not be called WordPress, which is okay too.
Awesome, thank you. And finally, 50 years from now, Matt Mullenweg is remembered for one thing. Doesn't have to be WordPress. What is it? What do you want it to be?
Well, it'd be hard to top WordPress. That's obviously been
that's a big one.
A project I've been so fortunate to be a contributor to.
It can be WordPress.
And by the way, that's not a title I hold alone. I hope that everyone who's part of building WordPress considers it one of the things they do that, at the end of their life, which hopefully is a long, long way away, is one of the things that was most meaningful in terms of impact on others, positive impact on others, and contribution to something bigger than yourself, contribution to humanity's future. Now, I would love to, there's other domains, including commerce and messaging, which I'm also working on democratizing. So we have obviously WooCommerce, which is the sort of most popular commerce solution on top of WordPress. And so it benefits from all of WordPress, but it's addressing a very complex area, which is online commerce. So you've got taxes, shipping, fraud, billing, all these sorts of things, payments, which is just a very rich area for engineering and product development and design. And then finally, messaging with a product Automattic just relaunched called Beeper.
Oh, very cool.
What Beeper does is it talks to all the different messaging protocols. So Signal, Telegram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, all of these, and brings it into a single interface, a single app. So you can have like a dashboard, a single inbox for all of the messaging networks. And it can provide a layer on top of that, which provides some additional functionality right now, which is mostly in terms of features, like send it later on all the platforms or cross platforms. But in the future, I think we'll start to incorporate more like local LLMs and other intelligence that allow you to manage communications when they're fragmented. And it's got an open source component. It's very exciting. It also is something that, again, to me feels like a real user need.
Absolutely. I wasn't aware about Beeper, and that one problem I have is missing messages across the various places that they can come in. So that's something that is definitely missing.
It's really helped me be a lot more responsive. And also it's nice to be able to get to the messages without necessarily getting distracted by visiting like a social network.
This is the thing.
Has that ever happened to you where you get a notification, you go to respond to a message, and then whether it's LinkedIn or Twitter, Instagram, you kind of get sucked into the feed a little bit because you see something?
LinkedIn, usually during a work day. So you get that notification, someone's reached out, you go in, and then you end up scrolling. It's 15 minutes later, and now there's a lot of lost productivity when you're doing that. So that makes a lot of sense, that you're not having to be dragged out of what you're busy with just to view the message.
Sure. Or you can also, and whether, networks that you might not check as much. So maybe you just have one or two friends on something. Yeah. But, in France, it's gone a little bit viral. They call it friends without feeds.
Well, actually, because you're not looking at the feeds anymore. You're just in the
You still look at the feeds, but like intentionally, not unintentionally.
You go in there for that little dopamine fix of scrolling.
Sure, when that's an appropriate part of your day or what you're looking for. So again, it's all about how can we use technology and engineering to put control back in the hands of people. So it aligns, which is a term people talk about a lot now, but aligns with your interests, your goals, your values, your principles.
Love that. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time, taking the time to chat with us and share your points on this. It's been
a pleasure, and thank you for all that you do for bringing WordPress to many parts of the world.
Awesome. Thank you so much.